Okay guys, we're going to be working on NBT5, and NBT5 does have to do with multiplication, and you've been shown many different ways in 3rd and 4th grade how to multiply. But in 5th grade, we do focus on the standard algorithm. So for some of you, that might be new. For some of you, this might be just a review. And you'll notice that I have a sheet of paper right here that I'm going to work with just to show you how to do the standard algorithm so it's easier. In 5th grade, we do have to know a 3-digit number by a 3-digit number to be able to work with it. But we're going to start off with just a 3-digit number. So I'm going to do 321 times 22. If you'll take a moment and write that on a sheet of paper or on a sticky note or somewhere where you can actually practice it. And to do the standard algorithm, it seems complex, but it really is actually the easiest. It was the only way I was ever taught. So you guys are lucky to know the lattice, or you're lucky to know the area way, where we were only taught growing up a couple years ago to do the standard algorithm. So you're going to take this number right here. That's the first number you're going to work with. And you're going to take 2 times 1. And 2 times 1 is 2. And then you're still staying with this number right here, but now you're going to multiply it 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. And then you're also going to take this 2 and you're going to times it by 3. And then 2 times 3 is 6. Seems relatively easy, but you're not done because you only did your ones place. You did not do your tens place. So here, this is not just a 2. This is 20 in a sense because you have 20 plus 2 equals 22. So you have to put a 0 here as your placeholder because you're now moving into your tens place. So 2, now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to move in the same direction. Each number has to be multiplied by that number. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And the last number, 2 times 3. Which is 6. You'll notice the big thing in this case is making sure you lined up your numbers, because if you don't line up your numbers, you're going to end up adding completely wrong. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. Trade your 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. So your answer to this number is 7,062. So that's the way we're going to be working on our multiplication this year, is using the standard algorithm. We will work through the first one here together, and then I'm going to give you some time to check your answers. So looking at my brochure here, it starts us off real simple with 523 times 7. And as I show you work, so I'm just going to I'm actually not even going to recopy it because you're going to eventually see my work right here. So I'm going to take 7 times 3, which is 21, trade your 2. Your 2 has to go up top your 2. Now 7 times 2 is 14, 15, 16. Trade your 1, and then last number, 7 times 5, which is 35, plus 1 is 36. So your answer is 3,661. You can do your area model if you prefer that, where you wanted to take your 7 times your 500 plus 7 times 20. Plus 7 times 3, go for it, would get you 3,500 over here. This gets you 140, and this gets you 21. And when you go and you add them, you still get the same answer. So I know you guys probably prefer this way because that's how you were taught last year, but you also are going to learn the standard algorithm way. So to write in the equation, we already have it. 523 times 7 equals, and the solution was 3,661. This one, because it's not lined up vertically, I'm going to bring it down here. And take a moment there solve the problem, and then type it into the side on Edmodo or Edpuzzle. What you'll have noticed is I've already gotten the answer, so this is what you should have gotten, 3,815. And when you write the equation, 763 times 5 equals 3,815. Okay, we're looking at the middle flap now. Once again, I'm going to give you some time to practice. Don't forget when you get down here to that next step, after you solved it, you add a 0 because it's now in the tens place. So take a moment and try. If you need to go back and rewatch how I solved it, feel free. What you should have gotten for this one is 14,784. Once again, I'm going to write my equation down here. Okay. And keep going. Try 570 times 13. Don't forget, once again, you're going to have a 0 here because you're now moving to your 10 spot when you get there. Okay, what you should have gotten for this one is 7,410. And making sure that you are writing down your equation again. Okay, going to this side flap, you're going to do the exact same thing. Just going to work it right there. So take a moment and solve that. And what you should have gotten for this one is 31,278. So same thing here for question number 6. Copy it down. Some of you, if you're making mistakes, it might be with when you're carrying things over. So, for example, 3 times 5 is 15. Your 5 goes here, but your 1 goes up top there. So then 3 times 2 is 6. Then you have to add this one, which becomes 7. Make sure that you might want to cross this out if you're getting confused so that you don't use it when you're over here doing your 3 times 5 again. So keep on going there. And what you should have gotten for this one is 89,925. So I'm just going to copy that down here. Okay, we're on the middle flap. It's where it gets a little bit tricky because we have to use the standard algorithm in order to solve this problem. So I'm going to plug it down here so it gives me room to work. So 625 times blank 8. Well, the first thing you can do is do your 8 number here. Okay, 8 times 5 is 40. So trade your 4. 8 times 2 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Trade your 2. 8 times 6 is 48, 49, 50. Now this becomes a 0. Well, my final answer has to equal, and I'm trying to make sure I lined up my decimals. So I have to figure out what number times this is going to get me something to equal 5. Because 5, if I add anything to 0, it's going to equal 5. So if I tried 5, that's 25, right? Trade your 2. That's 10, 11, 12. Wouldn't work because that 2 becomes over there. So it can't be 5. I mean, this still down here has to be a 5. Right? So let's try another odd number. Let's try 3. That's 15. Trade your 1. That's 6, 7. Right? 18. Add them together. I just happened to look out. I just randomly chose 3. So lucky me. So answer the question back here, down here. What is our missing digit?